Coming up on World's Greenest Homes. In New York State, an award-winning greenhouse, all thanks to a wife's demands.
He and his friends used to laugh at me because, well, you know, houses aren't round, wood isn't round. I said, well, technically it is. Right. Trees grow round. So you can do it.
And heading out west to Oregon, a pioneering green home that takes living on the edge to extremes.
There's one very large concrete pad that just acts as a counterweight, and that keeps the house from tipping over.
I'm Emmanuel Beliveau. Come with me on World's Greenest Homes and see the most extraordinary homes on the planet. Homes that are gorgeous, cool, and green. New York City, crammed with over 8 million people and some of the most expensive real estate in the world. But head north for an hour and it's a very different story. Our first home is in the town of South Salem, New York. It's not just the octagonal shape that makes this house so interesting. It's what the homeowner did to take green design and energy conservation to a new level. This 3-level home has undergone a major rebuild. Originally a single-story building, the owners doubled the space by adding a top floor. She had always wanted a round house, and he wanted to build green. After attending a green building convention in Austin, Texas, he couldn't wait to try out his new ideas on his own home. Owner and green builder Sylvain Cote lives here with his wife Tisa and daughters Dominique and Laura. On the main floor, there's a dining area, a kitchen, a living room, and a book-lined study. On the top floor, you'll find 2 bedrooms for the girls, a master bedroom and a master bath. Down on the basement level is a rec room where the family does most of its entertaining. Hi there.
Hi,
how are you? Emmanuel.
Tisa.
Pleased to meet you, Tisa.
Emmanuel.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Real pleasure. Oh, nice. It sure is rustic in here.
Yes, I love it.
The main floor is open concept. Reclaimed wood and stone from the old house and other structures dominate the landscape. Oh, these big heavy beams, it really draws your eye up. First thing you want to look at are those beams.
Yeah, those beams are over 200 years old.
Reclaimed?
Definitely reclaimed.
The beams are Douglas fir and were recovered from an old warehouse in New York. Moving around this octagonal space, there's a mission-style kitchen. Well, this is beautiful, as well as the wood on these cabinets is just beautiful.
Yeah, that's white oak, the quarter sawn.
That's solid. The cabinetry kind of reminds me of an old storefront, an old store display.
Yeah, we love the arts and craft movement here, and so we wanted to make this a totally craftsman home.
So who does all the cooking here?
I do most of it, but since he's a late-night eater, he cooks his own food at night. But every Saturday night he has a tradition, and it's an 1.5-inch porterhouse steak.
Oh, yummy. Where do you cook that?
When I ordered the cooktop, I made sure we had a grill in here set for him.
It's a good-looking stove, too. Is this gas?
Oh, it's liquid propane. There's no gas in the street here, so we had to bring a 1,000-gallon tank.
That also takes care of all their heating and hot water. Plus, the 33 solar panels produce enough electricity for almost half of the family's needs, a saving of almost $2,000 a year. Was the original house an octagonal house as well?
Yep, exact same size. We just add 50% of space by adding an upper floor.
We always had 2 requirements for where we wanted to live when we first got married. And I always said to him, honey, I want a round house. And he said, well, I want to live by the water. But he and his friends used to laugh at me because, well, you know, houses aren't round, wood isn't round. I said, well, technically it is. Right. Trees grow round.
Yeah, I said, as long as your round house has a view, fine. I'll frame it round.
Around the corner is the living room and one of the home's most striking features. Beautiful. You know, your fireplace really is a focal point of your entire house, isn't it?
It is. We love it because this is our family room, our living room, our get-together room, and it's right here, and everyone just draws to the fireplace.
During the rebuild, Sylvain had to extend the chimney by 15 feet into the top level. For that, he had to find 15 tons of reclaimed stone. The chimney now punches through all 3 floors, creating a thermal mass that radiates heat throughout the home.
This is a beautiful coffee table. It's different looking.
It's a bellow.
It is.
It's a gigantic bellow, and it still works. When Sylvain found this bellow, at the time it was about 120 years old. A friend of ours, his wife hated it. He said, "Oh, wow, my wife would love that." So she said, "Take it, take it." And when he came home with this, I was floored. This was better than a diamond ring for me.
Oh, well, it's great.
Yes.
Over here, we have our study area and our library, which was custom built up.
Ooh, I like these rolling ladders.
Yeah, it's good when you have to get up there and get a book, and you don't have to go climbing up on everything.
Climb up and get anything. Okay, I can't walk on this, right? I'm on it now, so.
Yeah.
Well, I can roll you around. Yeah, easy. I always wanted to have a library with one of these. This is great.
I always like the look of it.
So this is your desk.
This is our study area. We have 2 teenage daughters. We've never allowed our children to have a computer or a television in their room. So this way, I'm in the kitchen, another room. I can still see what's going on in the computer. Are they doing their homework? Are they talking online? Or are you playing a game?
Right.
Hopefully they're doing the homework.
You know, what's interesting about the space, it's open concept. There's no walls dividing anything, yet you always feel like you're in a different space in the house.
And there's no yelling when you have to get someone's attention. You can just speak in a normal tone. You don't have to scream from one end to the other.
Is that true? There's never any screaming
No,
in here
that's
from
unless he's downstairs and I'm on the 3rd floor. Then there's an issue.
You're taking the 5th on that one, huh? Let's look at this table.
Alrighty.
You're telling me this table is made from hardwood flooring?
It is. Leftover.
But it's
We didn't even have to buy it.
It's about 2 inches thick.
It is 2 inches thick. So that's because the guys miter the corners, and every single piece is mitered.
Are you kidding me?
A miter joint is a method of joining 2 pieces of wood, like a picture frame, where 2 45-degree angles are joined to make a 90-degree angle.
There's solid wood in the middle. Yeah, it's hickory.
So you've got to do a double miter here, a double miter here, and a double miter here, and it's got to fit this tight, and your guy did that.
He did that, and we put a light stain on it because this is hickory, the leftover floor on the upper level. And we were able to create build not only the stable, but one vanity also.
That's great. It's a beautiful piece. That is some craftsmanship. That is incredible. It's made from hardwood flooring.
I've seen the main living space on the 1st floor. Now we're heading out to the deck.
Oh, look at this.
The property overlooks Lake Truesdale.
Look at that backyard. Now that's manicured.
When we talked about doing the backyard, Sylvain has a very artistic view, and he wanted this layered of terraces, and I couldn't see it, and I didn't want it. Once again, here's another homeowner battle here. And so we kind of went back and forth, and he used the term trust me. So now I had no choice. You know?
You had no choice.
It's either trust him or that's it for us.
The roof has a 4-foot overhang that acts like a big umbrella, another clever part of the home's passive cooling system.
All right, so this is the main floor. You've got an upstairs and a downstairs, so where should we go to first?
Downstairs.
All right, ladies first. We'll go upstairs.
Let's go upstairs. While we're up there, Sylvain can go downstairs and get the man cave ready.
And you have more of the reclaimed wood upstairs.
Definitely. Here we have the hickory, and I love this one. Never had a problem with this one. I loved it.
Okay, so what's up here? You've got bedrooms?
We have bedrooms. Down this way, we have Laura's room, the girls' bathroom, and down here we have Sylvain and I, our bedroom, and one of our other daughters' bedroom.
I love these vaulted ceilings.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites here, too.
Architecturally, it's really interesting the way everything is just converging at the top.
It is. It kind of reminds me of like a ship.
Beautiful. And once again, this is the stone that starts downstairs.
That's right. And when you see our mantle right here, well, right here was where the roof of the original home stopped.
Oh, that's right, because this entire level's an addition.
This is all an addition. And we have a cupola up there, so when it's really nice and cool outside and there's no AC running, we can just open up the cupola, and we have a great cross breeze, and it lowers the temperature of the house a good 10 degrees.
Really, that's incredible.
Passive cooling.
Yeah, passive. What a very effective system. So is that
This is a fire escape ladder like the ones you see in the city. Sylvain thought it'd be a good idea to put a ladder here so that he can climb up there and check on the windows. Maybe they need cleaning, maybe one of the windows gets stuck or something, so to just check up on things.
Those windows up on the cupola, are they motorized?
They're motorized. All we gotta do is just press the button here, and they open up.
Oh yeah, I can hear them.
Yeah.
The stackhouse effect where hot air rises and pulls cool air behind it.
The bed is made from leftover hickory flooring.
We wasted no wood. So what we did was we built our bed. So we have our headboard and our bed frame. We put the drawers under the bed, like a captain's bed.
Yeah, that's great. You had some great carpenters in this house.
Oh yes, they're worth their weight.
And you've got a great view from your master bedroom as well.
Yeah, this is our balcony. It's great to have a great cup of coffee or tea or iced tea in the afternoon here.
Use it often?
I'm starting to. I had to use it when I had back surgery last year and I was trapped in my bedroom for 3 weeks straight. I learned to enjoy that balcony.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, the cats like it too, I guess.
They love it. They love it.
Is this the same kind of material you're using on the deck downstairs?
Yes, it is. It's engineered.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like real wood. That's great.
Next door is the master bathroom.
I love this bathroom. It's good and roomy, and it's one of my favorites in the house.
A nice big bathtub, too.
Yeah, when we want to just sit there and have a nice bubble bath, it's good. And you know what? The good thing about this floor here, we have wood exposed in our bathroom, and yes, it does get wet when we come out of the shower or out of the tub, but our floor is radiant heat, so our heat comes from the floor, it dries right up, and your feet are good and toasty.
I like your his and her sinks. Those are really nice.
You know, I love it. That was one of our battles, and that was the one I won.
Is this copper?
It's copper, and I like that old look to the copper, the worn look.
Heading back down a couple of levels, I want to find out what's so special about Sylvain's favorite spot, the man cave.
Sylvain?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Doing fine.
This sure is a guy's room, isn't it?
The wife calls it the man's cave. I like it. Even her girlfriends like it too.
You got a bar, you got some hockey. Are you kidding me? From outside? You got a pool table. Nice, well done, nice. Awesome fireplace down here too. Is this all repurposed wood as well?
Yes.
This is beautiful.
Clean with a wire brush.
The bar is made from pine, reclaimed from a 200-year-old barn.
And what's on your floor?
The floor is a mix of softwood, mostly pine.
And I notice it's rough sawn too. You can really see all the saw blades in it.
It is the rougher floor of the whole house. It was also the least expensive.
These are great. Where'd you find these? In a barn?
No.
Horse stable?
Nope.
Well, where'd you reclaim it from?
Right from here, this floor. This was actually leftover flooring from this floor.
This is flooring as well?
This is flooring, yep.
But this is a solid door.
Right. Obviously, flooring is only 3/4 inch thick, so our guys mitered every single piece of there, and they got these beautiful doors. Totally on. Actually, they're not even finished. They have nothing on them.
These are beautiful.
3 days of work on this thing.
It's like the table upstairs. You totally fooled me. The table upstairs is finished nicer.
Actually, 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah. 2 days each.
Really nice. I like the.
Yeah, that's a replica
system
of
up there, too.
authentic barn doors that they were building. They've been building for over 100 years. Right next door in Connecticut.
Can I join you guys in the man cave?
Of course you can.
So how do you like it down here?
It's amazing. It's very manly down here.
It took more than 2 years of planning and complex renovation and a few arguments along the way to get this house the way they both wanted.
You wanted a roundhouse. You wanted a house by the water. You got it.
Best of both worlds.
Would you do it again?
No.
No.
Big distraction for 28 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our next homeowner is a real eco-pioneer. He was building green homes long before many others. Now, built over the side of a cliff, his own home is a one-of-a-kind example of his eco-roots.
This is Portland, Oregon, a city established in the 1850s and now home to 2 million people. We're headed to Lake Oswego, an affluent suburb just south of Portland. Perched high in the mountains is one strange-looking structure. The revolutionary architect behind this extraordinary cantilevered home wanted lots of space, but was determined to keep the building footprint as small as possible. In fact, only 350 square feet of this 4,000 square foot home actually touches the ground. 30 years ago, that made architect and owner Robert Oschatz one of the pioneers of green design. He lives here with his daughter, Claire, her husband, Brian, and their kids, 6-year-old Eli and 2-year-old Rayleigh. The design of this home is upside down and split into 3 main levels. The main living space is on the upper level. Kids and guest bedrooms in the middle, in the funnel part. And on the lower level, Robert's studio. Off the entrance is a huge family living room with dining area and kitchen. Up a few steps is the master suite. Downstairs, the mid-level has a couple of bedrooms, while the lower level is Robert's studio.
Hi, I'm Robert Oschatz, and welcome to my home. We'll head upstairs to the main part of the house. Well, we're here on the top floor of the house, the 3rd level, and this is the living room. Every floor has a split level, so this is half of the 3rd floor. Being that the best view was on the upper part of the property, I decided to make the family section of the home on top of the house so that we could all enjoy the view.
But the largest expanse of glass in here isn't just for the views. It helps to keep Robert's energy bills low.
This is a south-facing wall, so it's mainly a window area. And in the wintertime, this room gets flooded with light and it warms the room up.
And in the summer, the overhang of the building gives the room some much-needed shade. One of the home's most dramatic features is the deck, and Robert isn't one to shy away from a bit of extreme engineering.
Well, the deck cantilevers out over the hillside, and we're about 60 feet up in the air right now. Scares some people, but I've always felt very comfortable up here, and I have kind of what's called a horizontal handrail so that when I'm sitting, there's nothing blocking my view. Well, come on into the famous family portion of the house, the kitchen. It's kind of our favorite spot.
Robert has used local materials throughout the house, including the walnut for the table and granite countertops. And this high up, there's no need for air conditioning. This building is designed to make the most of natural cross ventilation.
The windows in this space here, you kind of almost feel kind of like you're in a ship. They open up in the summertime so that there's a beautiful breeze that comes through the house and there's no need for air conditioning.
But sometimes the winter sun isn't enough to heat this enormous space. So Robert's gone for radiant floor heating.
The water pipes that warm up the floor go right underneath this slate here. The beauty about radiant floor heating is that it radiates from the floor, warms up surfaces so that you don't have all the hot air quickly going to the ceiling way up above everyone. It stays around the surfaces that people are in contact with. And the idea really is that the body loses heat through the feet and through the top of the head most rapidly. So if your feet and the top of your head is warm, you feel warm.
All that adds up to a home that's close to 4,000 square feet with a heating bill that's under $2,000 a year. On the other side of the living room is Robert's master suite.
You can make the bedroom private or you can leave it open. This is a sandblasted glass, and the pattern on this is an abstraction to the floor plan of the house. We'd be right in this area right now. You'll notice that throughout the house, there's a tremendous amount of built-in cabinetry and furniture, and there's really very little need for bringing extra furniture in the house.
Next door in the master bathroom, there's more local timber and granite.
You can see the granite just continues all the way around and wraps around the bathtub. But one of the things I like best about this space is having this garden outside that I get to look out of through these big windows.
We've seen Robert's cedar-lined main living space, the cantilever deck, and the master suite. Now, we're going down inside the funnel to the first of 2 levels, starting with the guest rooms.
Well, down here we're on the lower half of the middle level of the house. There's 2 bedrooms down here and a bathroom, laundry area. So let me show you one of the rooms. Well, this bedroom here, it's my grandchildren's bedroom.
Eli and Rayleigh's bedroom really makes the most of the unusual space. All the furniture is built into the curve of the funnel, so lots of hideaway toy storage. Down a few more stairs is the playroom.
This is a good location to see how the radiant floor heating works in the house. This closet here, you can get to the manifolds for the different floors, and what you have is these plastic pipes, and you have a supply line and a return line, and these pipes go into the floor. There's a thermostat, right here, so you can control the room. In fact, the house has 7 different thermostats, so there's a lot of individual control in different sections of the house.
On the split level below the playroom is where Robert spends most of his day.
This is a studio space where the work gets done. I kept it completely separate from the rest of the house and wanted to have this walk to come out to get into the studio because I wanted to be able to separate work from relaxation time or playtime.
Outside of the studio is where you can get close to this unconventional home's most eye-catching feature, the funnel. A large part of why this building has such a tiny footprint.
We're building right on top of basalt rock, and there's rock anchors that hold it into the hillside so that the house can't slide down the hill. But there's one very large concrete pad that just acts as a counterweight. It's 8.5 feet wide, 16 feet long, and 2 to 3 feet thick, and that just keeps the house from tipping over. The structure is rooted into the hillside, but it feels like it's soaring out into space.
And it still fits right in, thanks to all the natural elements that help it blend into the environment.
I needed to use a metal to cover the roof, and I wanted to use copper because it was a natural metal that would turn color over time. These are 2 of my favorite fir trees, and in building, it would break my heart every time I have to remove a tree on any building site, whether it's my own or for somebody else. So when I saw these trees, it was just very important to know exactly where they were on the site and make sure that I could leave the house in between the trees without affecting any of them.
20 years ago, Building Green was in its infancy, but Robert was prepared to push the boundaries of what could be achieved, however unconventional the design.
When you look at a piece of property, every site has its own sense of poetry to it, and what I try to do is capture that sense of poetry and translate it into the architecture of the house.